What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in hip-hop, the man who shaped the sound of the 1990s and built an empire worth hundreds of millions, might be hiding secrets darker than anyone imagined? This is the story of Sean Diddy Combs, rapper, producer, mogul, icon, and perhaps something far more complicated. Let's start at the beginning. Sean Combs was born in Harlem in 1969, but he grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. His father, Melvin Combs, was killed when Sean was just 2 years old, a murder connected to the drug world. From the very start, tragedy and the streets surrounded his life. And maybe that shaped him, gave him that hunger, that ambition, that obsession with power. By the early 1990s, Sean was interning at Uptown Records. He wasn't just another assistant. He had drive, charisma, and a vision for hip-hop that would change the culture forever.
Savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever!
When Uptown let him go, he didn't quit. Instead, he created Bad Boy Records, a label that would soon dominate the music industry, and then came the notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls. With Diddy behind him, Biggie became a legend. Their partnership was electric, Diddy's slick production combined with Biggie's raw storytelling. They were unstoppable. But as the fame rose, so did the danger. The East Coast versus West Coast feud was heating up, and Diddy's name was in the middle of it all. Then tragedy struck. In 1997, Biggie was murdered in Los Angeles, just months after Tupac Shakur was killed. The murders shocked the world, but to this day, both cases remain unsolved. And here's where the whispers begin. Some fans still ask, what did Diddy know? Was he simply unlucky, or was he closer to the fire than he ever admitted? After Biggie's death, many thought Diddy's empire would collapse. But instead, he reinvented himself. He stepped into the spotlight, releasing I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to Biggie that became one of the best-selling singles of all time. Suddenly, Diddy wasn't just a producer, he was the face of hip-hop. And from there, the names kept changing. Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy. And finally, just Diddy. Each transformation felt like a rebirth. Like he was rewriting the story of who he was. To some, it showed genius branding. To others, it looked like a man running from something, or hiding in plain sight. Beyond music, Diddy built an empire. His fashion line, Sean John, became a multi-million-dollar success. He launched Ciroc Vodka, turning it into one of the hottest liquor brands in the world. He starred in movies, appeared on reality TV, mentored artists, and collected wealth at a staggering pace. By the 2000s, he wasn't just a musician. He was a mogul, a symbol of Black excellence and American capitalism. But behind the shiny suits and champagne toasts, the shadows never really went away.
The nigga Puff was like, first he was amping him to...
Over the years, rumors began to swirl. Allegations of wild parties, strange contracts, and shady business deals. Stories of manipulation, control, and even threats. In the world of hip-hop, Diddy was both admired and feared. He had the money, the power, and the connections. And some people whispered that crossing him could be dangerous. And then there's his personal life. From high-profile romances to sudden breakups, Diddy's relationships have always been in the spotlight. Yet whispers of secrecy and double lives followed him everywhere. His close connection to Biggie's murder, his name appearing in lawsuits, and his reputation for ruthless business tactics, all of it built a cloud of suspicion that never truly disappeared. In recent years, the storm has only grown louder. Allegations and lawsuits have surfaced, painting a picture of a man who may not be as untouchable as he once appeared. Accusations of abuse, control, and shocking behavior have thrown his legacy into question. And for the first time, the internet seems united in asking, who is the real Diddy? Because here's the shocking truth. Fame and power can hide almost anything. When you control the narrative, when you own the stage, when your face is on the billboards, it's easy to make the world see what you want them to see. But what happens when the mask starts to slip? Some former associates have described Diddy as charming but ruthless, a man who would give you the world if you served his purpose, but could crush you if you got in his way. Artists who once called him a mentor later spoke about unfair contracts and broken promises. And in the age of social media, old stories have been reborn, spreading like wildfire, sparking new theories about what might really be hiding behind the empire. The internet loves a mystery, and Diddy's life seems built for it. The sudden deaths, the endless rebranding, the explosive rumors. Some even believe that the success he built came at a price paid not just in money, but in loyalty, in silence, and maybe in blood. Of course, none of these whispers are proven facts. But that's the thing about shocking rumors. Once they're out there, they stick. And when you've lived your life at the center of fame, every story feels bigger, every rumor feels possible.
Appreciate life, and it made me want to do.
So here's the question. Is Sean Diddy Combs a visionary genius who changed the face of music? Or is he a man whose secrets are finally catching up to him? Maybe the answer lies in the way we, as fans, consume celebrity culture. We build these figures into gods, only to be fascinated when they fall. We want the music, the glamour, and the inspiration. But we also want the scandal, the mystery, and the drama. And with Diddy, the story is still being written. Every headline, every rumor, every lawsuit feels like another chapter in a saga that refuses to end. So the next time you hear the name Diddy, remember this. Behind the fame, behind the fortune, behind the carefully crafted image, there may be a story too dark for the spotlight. And whether the truth ever comes out, that's the real mystery. Because in the world of Sean Diddy Combs, nothing is ever simple. And maybe that's exactly how he wants it. Pause. Lower voice for dramatic ending. The legend of Diddy isn't just about music. It's about power, ambition, secrets, and the price of living like a king in a world built on shadows. And the shocking part? We may have only seen the beginning.